Yes, and hello everybody to the We Only Do One Take podcast. It is the only podcast that is a complete shit show. With me, as always, is my co-host and CEO, the slightly chubby yet still cuddly Kieran.
Have you been thinking about that all week?
I wrote about 10 of them, and that was the worst one I wrote, so that's the one I brought in. As you can tell, everybody, I am very, I would say, husky voice at the moment.
Why are you husky?
Well,
what
that'll
have you
go
been
into
doing?
my rant as we do.
Okay.
And with us, a very special guest, return guest. One of the only return guests that we get in here.
This is my fourth time now.
Fourth time, yeah, because you were on the Easter special episode, which was our season finale. Let's give it a big, warm, refreshing welcome to Niall.
What's up, everybody?
Oh,
He's eating a burger and I really want to have it.
That's a really
Now I have to make an apology.
You have to make an apology.
I have to make an apology, and I'm apologising for something that Turch said
Oh, okay, here we go.
in the last episode, and I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry that he said this, and I'm regrettably sorry. And it's very rare that I would apologise.
I was going to say, obviously I'm not apologising for this, so it can't be that bad.
Turch said, I will see you next Thursday, but we don't see our listeners.
I think...
What a
I've been
fucking
saying
idiot.
So I just want to apologise for that.
Oh, but I've been saying that since like episode 3.
Apology accepted, Kieran.
Oh, thank you, Niall.
I see you next Thursday is because...
You don't see them. It's a podcast.
I understand that, but it's more of like a, it's like a goodbye not a greeting, but a goodbye greeting.
You really are sick. Greetings
Yeah.
are totally different to see you laters.
But also the see you next see you next Thursday just spells the letter C, U, N, T. So calling every single episode I've been saying that. I've been calling our audience cunts. So audience, as much as I love you, I like to have a joke as well.
But what if they listen to it on a Friday?
Well,
They're cunts.
you know what? We put this...
Turch, what do you think this podcast is about? Telling jokes? Trying to be funny?
We put out
This
these...
is a serious news podcast.
We put out these episodes every Thursday. If these guys want to listen to any other day of the week, they can.
Except for when I edit. It's a Sunday.
But these episodes come out of the Thursday. I just expect our audiences to wanting a hot, fresh Kieran in their ears.
Oh, hello.
And that's what they really want. He may be slightly chubby, yeah, but he's still cuddly, even on a Friday.
I'm really going to have to write some material here. He's Turch, he's a merch, and he's one of a lurch.
Stop. Just stop.
Like I said, this took a while to write.
I'm going to have to think on that.
Now, speaking of last episode, I have some really good news about our last episode. One, it was an absolute hit with our fans.
Okay.
And two, Jess found something out last episode.
Oh, okay.
She found out.
Because I don't think Niall listened to the last episode.
We
Had a phone call.
We had a phone call.
We were able to have a phone call into the podcast.
We did it. It was all Turch. He organised it. Somehow he made it work.
I assumed you did.
Yeah, thank
you didn't need to tell me.
But Jess found out something very interesting. And so basically, we called Jess, and we recorded it all. And because there's a new segment on our podcast, which is called Kieran Explains. Now, people can send in their questions to Kieran, and then Kieran has to explain how they do. So Jess asked, why do people catch yawns? And Kieran explained in his own way. Then we lost some footage. We lost some audio.
But then we found the audio.
I got it back. So we're all good. So Jess actually learned something last episode. Do you want to know what that is?
What did she learn?
She learned that she had a voicemail. So she's very happy about that. So one thing definitely was good about our episode last time.
That is
One thing
great.
came out of it.
It's a community service, this podcast. It really is. Do you have a rant for us, Turch?
Well, you can probably tell that I'm a little bit croaky.
No.
Actually, shut up for a second. I've got a rant.
Tell the people, Kieran.
This is a sub-rant.
Sub-rant, okay.
This is a pre-rant.
It's a double rant for you people.
This is a pre-rant. If you're going to the airport, allow enough time to get there.
I agree.
Rant over.
Good rant. Good rant. We should be able to vote on these. People should be able to vote on these rants.
I'm putting forward a motion that we buy all rants from Kieran from now on.
He outsources it most of the time. That's what he's really good
Now,
at.
you know what
Subpar
I'm
rant.
disappointed in? You know
Your
what I'm
rant?
disappointed in?
I'm disappointed. in
I
your
went
rant.
on a family holiday, and unfortunately, the bar at the airport wasn't open at 8 a.m. in the morning, which means I couldn't.
Was it domestic?
Yes, it was.
That's why.
And
And
I-
it was international, you'd be in.
And I couldn't have done my line, which was
Make
make
a
it
Coke.
make it a,
Gotta be quick, mate.
make it a double. I'm traveling with my family.
Well, that leads me into my rant.
But at my mum's wedding, right? Because I just thought I'd tell you this.
Ruined segue right there.
No.
I had $1 million segues and he still ruins it.
I'll bring the segue.
I'll try and tee you off. Don't worry.
At the reception. I was sort of the in between Bridezilla, my mother, and the manager of the function, right?
Also his mother.
And I go, you, the manager, you talk to me, I talk to the bride. And I go to my mum, you talk to me, I talk to the manager. I'm the guy in between. I'm here to calm situations.
You're
right?
the consultant.
I'm the consultant.
You
right?
are the most expensive, useless person at that wedding.
You're
And
the
I didn't care. At that point, I was like, Mum had plans, and I didn't care about them because everyone just needed to get liquored up and have a good time, right? Which is exactly what I said to the wait staff because there was a tab. Thank you. And I go, every time you see my glass empty, I want a Scotch and Coke or a bourbon and Coke or whatever it is, but it's got to be a double.
It's got to be a double.
And you know why? Because I said, I'm here with my family and I've been here since Wednesday and I can't get away till Monday. So it's better be a double.
Well, I went to a bar on the weekend. I went to the bar on the weekend. And actually, Niall was there and we had a good meet up and this and that. And I saw some other friends. Saw my bassist for my band, The Cliches. And I haven't seen him in a while. He's doing really well and this and that. But I'm like, okay, I'm going to start my night. As usual, I start with beer. And that's how I start my night when I start drinking. I start with beers and then I move into the liquors. And I'm a simple man. I go from basically beer.
You are a simple man.
I am. I go from
Throwing the barbs back and forth. I like this.
I go from beer.
He's also a small man.
Kieran, you're a very big man, not in a good way.
Hey, I've lost 3 kilos, so fuck off.
Oh, still cuddly. So I go from beer, I go to rums. That's my next. And then
Oh, what type of rum do you have?
I usually get a Captain Morgan. It's always nice. Or a Kraken. Kraken's beautiful.
Yeah, Kraken is nice.
And then
do
I
like
go,
a Kraken.
and I'm like, you know what? After that,
Spiced Captain Morgans?
yeah.
Fuck's sake. Let him tell the story.
Don't get bogged down in details over there. And then I go into my scotches and my whiskeys.
Now,
and
what's
stuff
your
like
favourite Scotch when you're out?
My favourite scotch when I'm out is always, it just depends where I am, depends what they have. I always make a judgment call on that.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway,
But what would you normally have, though?
what would I normally have? Probably, I don't know, Glenfiddich, always nice. Like a 12-year-old, 15-year-old, always nice. Or, actually, and this is the thing, I was drinking the, what's it called? The Jameson, the cast oak one with the new one. It's
Yeah,
a
right.
bit fancy. And I go to the bartender and I go, hey, this is about
Female or male?
11:30 or 12 o'clok at night. And I just go, hey,
Shaniqua.
give me one of those. I'm like, this is great. And he's like, yeah, sure.
Give you what?
So he poured the Jameson, the
Okay,
fancy one. And I go, hey, you know what? Just make it a double.
Aha! We're on
We're on the
Saturday
same
night.
night,
We're on the
the
same
same
wavelength
thing,
here.
And he goes to me, oh,
It's-
sorry.
no, you wouldn't understand. It's a podcast brother thing.
Yeah.
I've got
And
an
I go-
actual twin
and he-
brother. Fuck you.
and the bartender goes to me, sorry, I can't do double shots without mixing them. And I'm like, what do you mean? I just want, like, you know, it's a nice scotch, it's a nice whiskey. I can't mix it. That's just ruining my drink.
Oh, right. Yeah, putting like Coke in it or something. You know?
Yeah, they can put some Coke or they can do something else, but they just can't put me a double shot of whiskey or of scotch or whatever I'm buying.
Yeah.
To have it neat, so without any ice and just neat.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do it, and that's what my rant's about. It's as simple as that. Why
Well,
can't I order?
buy the scotch in one glass neat, buy the scotch with the other glass neat,
And you know
and then
what?
tip it in
And
front
you
of
know
them
what, go-
and tell him to go fuck himself.
That's exactly what I did. So I go, okay, I'll just give it to me in 2 glasses. The guy laughed, and I go, what? He goes, oh, yeah, I could do that. And I'm just like, the logistics of this is literally saving you washing a glass.
The
I'm
Curb Your
helping you.
Enthusiasm music is just rising.
Yeah. Just because I came back to the table and I'm just like, I didn't do it in front of him because I wanted to show. I ranted when we were at the venue to the people, and then I poured that glass into the other glass and drank it.
Fantastic.
And you know what? Going on that, I've done this before. This is not the first place that's done it to me.
Done what?
Said I can't have I can't have like a double shot or anything.
Yeah,
like
because
that.
you're in Melbourne.
Yeah.
You've got to be all,
Well,
fancy and
I've been to
la-di-da.
well, I went to the casino.
Unlike the people of North Queensland.
I went to the casino.
4X gold is what they have up there.
I went to the casino not too long ago with a bunch of soccer mates. And this was, again, late at night. It was about 2:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. And I go to the bar, and this was our nightcap. And I'm like, okay, for nightcap, I'd won won some cash at the casino. I thought, great, I'm going to buy my mate a nice glass of Scotch.
Yeah.
And a nice glass of Scotch, you don't mix. And I went for an 18-year-old Glenfiddich that night.
That's right. You never mix Johnny Walker Red.
You know me too well. And I go, okay, look, I want the Glenfiddich, I want the 18-year-old, I want 3 glasses, I want them neat. And the lady behind the bar goes, oh, sorry, we don't do shots at this late at night. And I went, that's great. I would like 3 glasses of Glenfiddich neat. And she would fight it. And then suddenly she goes, no, I have to put some ice or some Coke into it. And out of nowhere, the corner of my eye, the manager runs up to him and goes, you don't mix this one. And I was
Good
like,
man.
Good man. And then he got a $5 tip just because of that. He's like, I'm so sorry, sir. She still doesn't know. And then I'm taking the glasses away and I could just hear her in the background.
Fire her.
But we're not allowed to serve them neat. We're not allowed to serve shots after 2:00 or something. Anyway, so I don't like that bars won't serve me a double shot neat at any time. I think it's just ridiculous.
Oh, you need to go to North Queensland.
Well, what
I don't think they have closing time up there.
It was pretty bad. Especially, you know what? More than anything, I'm just worried about the casino. Really, I thought that was crazy. The fact that they wouldn't serve me neat. Especially nice Scotch.
It's an outrage, and this is why we need small government and less interference, less bureaucracy.
Kieran, do you have an article?
Well, I'm going to be on about small government and bureaucracy, isn't that?
No, that's if I talk about that. I haven't talked about that yet. I'll bring it up later, I'm sure.
I went to a wedding.
I didn't hear about that.
Where was the wedding, Kieran?
Yes. All right. Sorry. I thought I had an article that related to wedding, but it's not.
But you don't. Good segue. So glad that happened.
Kieran thought the killer of segues.
Hey, Turch, could you segue me into poo?
Okay, this is a really shit segue. What do you got over there, Kieran? Well, you give me the absolute worst shit to try to segue through, and I end up always. You know what, Kieran? You can do the second article. No, what do you have?
A lad, that's a male, takes his new lady to meet the family. She's done the deeds in the toilet, but the toilet wouldn't flush. She retrieved the substance, wrapped it in toilet roll.
Substance.
Wrapped it in the toilet roll and threw it out the window onto adjoining field.
Clever.
Yep. Only it didn't quite land there. It landed on the conservatory where a family were having a barbecue.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is good.
Thank you. I can't pronounce that name. Burgos-Stoffio or something like that.
Just skip it, or you just give it a crack.
Added that the mother of the family thought that a bird had flown into the glass roof. However, that couldn't have been further from the truth. The father retrieved it only to find out the bird wasn't quite so.
So you should have started with that and then talked about how she threw the poo out the window. That
called
would have been funnier.
The barbecue bombshell.
Have you guys ever done that?
Thrown poo out the window? No.
Well, no,
My toilet's always flushed.
I was going to say, have you ever clogged the toilet?
Oh, yeah, I'm a two-flush man.
I wish some people at certain offices would learn the two-flush technique, because sometimes it just doesn't get it all.
It requires a bit of patience.
It does.
There you go. There was my article. I thought I'd get it in a ripper.
I think it's, it was
Did you hear the pun there?
Rule number 2.
I've been educated in the way of puns by you, Kieran. Very good.
Niall, what's your article?
My article is flowers. Aren't they the greatest?
Just to let our adoring listeners know, he was just holding a bottle opener, which is shaped like a penis that had flowers on it. What a description. Hey, Kieran, you know how we always talk about how Pornhub has really good statistics?
Oh! How's the accounting over in Pornhub doing these days?
Can I, I want to vouch for this. They have some of the best statistics. And I think the research world could learn a lot from the quality of statistics that they have.
Have you guys ever read the comment section? It's like
there's actually a Facebook page called Pornhub Comments, and I'm subscribed to its comedy gold.
It's gold.
Look, I'm passing a graph over to the fellas over here, and they can.
I'll handle that.
It's quite big. It's okay. They understand it. And while they look at the graph,
thank you. It is quite big.
While they look at the graph, I'm going to read out the headline. First of all, I'm going to just ask Kieran, because I'm sure Niall knows, because he's a bit more of a tech guy and he's a bit more of a video gamer. Kieran, do you know what Fortnite Battle Royale is?
The old Fortnite Battle Royale.
Yeah. It's
the royale of battles that happen on every Fortnite.
So it's a PC game. It's available on Xbox One, PS4, Mac, and now it's on iPhone, apparently. So basically 100 players are dropped into a fictional island, and they're forced to battle it out with weapons hidden along the maps, isn't that? Collect resources so you can build like defensive structures. But the island itself is actually shrinking, and it's like a last man standing. So you can have 100 people, big map, and then suddenly get smaller and smaller and smaller.
So it's like Advanced Sims.
Yeah, it's like Advanced Sims, but you're trying to kill each other. It's last man standing. So anyway,
Advanced Sims combined with Counter-Strike.
Exactly right. So that graph there is showing a big spike in something that's happening. So basically, Fortnite players flood to Pornhub in search of XXX game clips as the game goes offline.
Can I try to explain this clip?
Yeah, absolutely.
With what you... Okay, so I think in the orange is people playing... am I correct? They're playing the video game.
No. So the clip in the orange, you can see like how about... it's like low at the start, and then
what's the orange?
So the orange there is how many people are on Pornhub.
Oh right, okay. And the blue is when
it's the same sort of thing, but it's a different way of formatting it. There's some descriptions.
Oh right, okay, yeah. So these are the amount of people on Pornhub, and the red line there is when the outage.
Yes, that's right. So Fortnite, was that April 11th, went down for emergency maintenance for 17 hours. And in that time, there was a 60% rise in searches for Fortnite on Pornhub.
Well, they wanted to know what happened to the server, so they'd go to the comment section.
Yeah, so all these people who couldn't go on to play Fortnite decided, I'm going to go on Pornhub and watch porn, and also search the word Fortnite and watch Fortnite pornography.
That is brilliant.
Yeah. So and it says here, shortly after the server's access resumed, searches for Fortnite returned to normal levels. So there's actually, if you see
normal levels,
I was going to say, if you have a look after it goes down, you can sort of see before the outage, there's like a 10% or a 15% level of how many percentage of things that are a search for Fortnite on Pornhub. You can sort of see there. And then it goes at its peak. 60% of searches were for Fortnite at one stage when the outage occurred.
And people were panicking.
Yeah.
People were panicking. They had gone 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 hours without playing Fortnite.
No, it says here that Fortnite was out for nearly 17 hours. There you go. So the gamer traffic was 9.8% above the average, just 3 hours before before server access returned, and after that they dropped back to normal levels.
I've never played Grand Theft Auto and then not played it, and then just to get my fix, let's look up some Grand Theft Auto related porn. Let's get a bit of continuity
Well,
here.
it's sort of weird because I've seen like some adults play, and I think Drake recently did like
I
a
saw
Twitch
that,
stream
yeah.
of Fortnite. So like famous rapper Kieran, I know that you're an old man.
Thank you very much. For our American listeners that need that explanation there.
But like the only people I really know that play Fortnite, from what I understand, maybe it's just a meme thing, but are like 10 to 15-year-olds. Because I know my little cousins have
They are
played
probably Pornhub's biggest
Well,
customer
it's at
base.
least 15, like especially in the Mormon states. Yeah. But anyway, I just thought that was, they go from, and we were talking about Pornhub before, like in a couple episodes ago, how the gun videos are going to go over there soon. So
Yeah, I
Pornhub is
heard
going to
that.
be the new, really is going to be the new YouTube, because like I couldn't find any stats on YouTube if like viewership increased during that time or anything like that. I guess everyone just went, yeah, let's just go to Pornhub and search for Fortnite.
It's a very logical place to end up.
I would have thought so. I mean, I remember being a 15 to 16 to 17, 18-year-old boy playing video games.
And did you have outages? Did Counter-Strike ever...
Yeah, Counter-Strike never works.
Is that still a game?
Yeah, there's a
yeah.
new version of it now.
People still play that?
It's competitive now. Oh, it's always been competitive, but it's like
I
international.
played it once and I got killed in like the first 10 seconds and then never played it again.
Yeah, that'll happen.
We call you. That's what we call a noob.
Yes. I know technology. YouTuber.
Oh, speaking of Fortnite and watching videos, YouTuber, well done.
Thank
I'm
you.
very impressed.
Actually, can you segue from Fortnite to YouTube?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I can't imagine YouTube's... I couldn't find any stats about YouTube about going up during the time the Fortnite was out. But you've got some stats over there about something about YouTube over there?
No, I've got a different article.
Okay, well, continue about your YouTube.
You're a piece of shit.
Maybe. YouTuber.
YouTuber.
Very important distinction there. YouTuber saved by firefighters after cementing his own head in a microwave.
Did he live stream it?
Fucking Darwinism if I ever saw it.
Should have just let it happen.
Firefighters spent an hour, actually that's not too bad, working to release a YouTuber prankster who cemented his head inside a microwave. Jay Swingler.
Okay. That's got to be his YouTube name, isn't it?
22, and a group of friends mixed 7 bags of cement, obviously, before they poured it in and around his head, which was protected by a plastic bag in the appliance.
So wait, he
Put a plastic bag over his head. Yes.
and then put his head in a microwave full, like sideways, or like did they turn it and he put his head in like like an ostrich putting his head in the sand?
Let me pull up some photos.
That'd be really good.
It's loading.
It's loading. See,
Yeah.
this is why you print stuff out.
Damn technology. Let me go back to the story.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, now I can't.
Oh,
Technology, am I right?
By the
I'm gonna
time...
go look at some Fortnite porn.
It's been too long.
By the
Got
time...
the itching, man. Got the itching. You know what? Did I ever tell you that I tried to make a Pornhub account for the We Only Do One Take podcast and upload it?
No, you never told me that.
Anyway, I've been trying to do it. So if you ever see the We Only Do One Take podcast stuff, or like our YouTube stuff, also on Pornhub,
We should put our podcast up.
I've been trying to do it. That's your job. Done. It's your job. Anyway.
We'll probably get like 1,000 listens a day.
Kieran, why isn't it up? I got distracted.
Oh, it's up.
But by the time emergency services were called at 1:49 p.m. To the garage of a house, the group had already been trying to free him for 90 minutes. The friends had managed to feed an air tube into the man's head to help him breathe. There you go. Don't do that, people.
I wonder how many likes he got on that video, or how many views he got.
About 800,000.
That's pretty good.
Damn.
Because like I said, I think I told you in another video, it's like every 1,000 views or 10,000 views or something is like $1 or 10 or something like that.
Mm.
So it's not bad. 800,000
Yeah,
views.
there you go. There he is.
What an idiot!
Sitting on the ground.
You need to post that photo with the article on our Facebook page.
With a microwave over his head?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
We should try it out too.
Drop my paper.
Oh, that's so good.
How was the burger, Niall?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I spilt a bunch of it on your floor.
Tonight's We Only Do One Take podcast is proudly brought to you by the Burger Niall 8. What was it from, Niall?
It was from a really crappy establishment called That Place in Lowell Plenty that I had to drive 15 minutes to because I don't know how to read fucking menu log.
You better not defame it. Cause
I didn't reveal the name on purpose.
But tell me about the burger, Niall.
It was pretty excellent. Yeah, it was a bit of chicken, bit of bacon.
Oh, yeah. How's the bacon? Was it cooked?
She cooked it, yeah.
Was the bread toasted?
No, but it was like...
The roll wasn't toasted.
Actually, yeah, sorry, it was, but the juices in the burger kind of went into a roll, and it kind of gave it a nice soft texture.
Oh, you like it soft?
Yeah, I hate KFC. I hate KFC as well.
Shut up, health boy.
Hang on, we're getting intimate about Niall's burger. Continue.
It's all over your floor.
Just the cheese hits the bread. Just feels right, man. Took me on a journey. I didn't want to come home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just. I wish I was in that burger. Now the burger's in me.
Kieran, Niall, it's time for everybody's favourite game show, Drunk, High or Sober.
Woo.
But this is a special edition of the game show. It is our Florida Man edition.
Ooh.
Now we've all heard of Florida Man before, but I'll get our guests up to date.
Especially our American listeners.
Oh yeah, they don't know where Florida is at all.
Yeah. Well, they're from America though. You know, if they live in bloody Wisconsin, they don't know anything else.
That's true. That's very true. So basically, Florida Man, when something happens in Florida, they instead of saying the person's name in the article headline, they just say Florida Man, and it makes so now we just can assume that it's just one man doing all of these very fun things.
Mr. Florida Man.
Mr. Florida Man himself. So let's see what Mr. Florida Man's been doing. And all you guys have to do is decide whether he was drunk, whether he was high, whether he was sober. And I made a special effort this time to make sure that I didn't put if he was high, drunk, or sober in the article. Because last time I sort of stuffed that up. So, article number 1. Florida man arrested after smacking waitress on the buttocks. A 75-year-old man was arrested on Tuesday after he smacked, in inverted commas, a waitress at Sonny's barbecue on the buttocks. Mark Allen Lennon was taken into custody after charged with battery after video surveillance showed him lift his right hand and smacked her buttocks very hard, according to the report. Was he drunk, high or sober? Kieran, get off the phone. What are you trying to do? This is very unfair for Niall.
No, I was listening.
Okay, good. So, Kieran, Niall, what do you think?
Never been
Drunk, high or sober?
Never been yelled so much in my life.
Just shut up, Kieran. Anyway, he was, I believe he was drunk.
He was drunk?
I'm going to say high.
And you are both wrong. He was sober.
My man.
Yeah. 75-year-old man, well done. Okay, next one. Man who attacked woman and stole her shorts arrested, deputy says. According to the county sheriff's office, a woman was walking west on Northdale Lake Park Trail near her neighborhood when the gentleman tackled her to the ground from behind. He removed her shorts and underclothing, stood over her, said vulgar things. The woman then kicked the gentleman a few times and he ran away with her shorts over his head. Was he drunk, high, or sober?
I'm going to go with drunk.
Drunk.
I'm going to say that's the act of a high man.
It's a high man, and you're both wrong again. He
God
was sober.
damn it.
Jeez, you're not very good at this game, gentlemen. What sort of happened? All right, here we go. Here's another one. Naked man punches cars in public car lot. Jonathan, age 46, was
Sober.
was allegedly jumping on cars, punching cars, and kicking over trash cans in a parking lot, all while naked, according to an arrest report from the county sheriff's office.
He was on ice.
It was on ice. You're gonna say?
I'm gonna say high.
High.
Drunk.
Drunk. And you were right, Kieran. He was.
Oh, fuck this. This
He
game's
was
rigged.
drunk.
I don't like it.
Ding, 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 ding. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right.
Suffering you, Jocks.
I've got 2 more. You want to do the last 2?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right,
I gotta
here we
come
go.
back and win this thing.
All right. St. Peter's man gets drunk, falls off bicycle, hits man at hospital with folding chair, police say. A 23-year-old man hospitalized Monday for falling off his bike was arrested later that day after police said he struck another man with a folding chair at the at Bayford Health Street, Petersburg.
Yeah, see, a high person wouldn't do that because they'd just be sleeping, so he's got to be drunk.
I'm going to say sober.
And he was drunk, and actually...
God damn it! God damn
I think
it.
I actually said drunk in the headline, but I'm a bit of an idiot.
I wasn't listening to the
I
headline.
was listening, obviously. Okay, last one.
whatever.
Florida man asks about stealing...
Hang on a second.
Is this the same Florida man?
No, it's all the
Hang on,
same
Niall.
man.
Niall, can you... I've got 2 points. How many points do you have?
He's got 0.
Oh, you've got 0. Can you win this? I don't think you can.
No, we'll do it anyway.
So,
Florida-
no, but
I did so much
if I
work!
get this wrong, I still kick your ass.
That's right.
I just want you to know that.
Kieran,
that's
why
right.
don't you give us some fucking push-ups?
I thought you were very smart. No,
Thought you were strong, but guess we're both wrong on that.
I've never done a push-up competition against you, so I could be a lot stronger than you now.
That's very true.
Yeah,
All right, so
fucking doubt
Florida
it.
man asks about stealing beer, learns it meant jail. A Florida man asked a store clerk, what would happen if I stole some beer? Police say Christopher Maxwell soon found out. Officers said he struggled when they tried to arrest him. He remained in jail on Sunday on charges of petty theft and battery on an officer.
I'm going to say sober.
Sober.
I say drunk.
He was sober 3 points.
Oh my god!
He was straight up.
Yes, I am God.
That's just pretty good. I like that. Hey, what would happen if I steal beer? Arrested overnight. What a guy. And that was a fan favorite, from what I understand.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, it's always good when we get a game
That's,
show. I recorded some game show music, so hopefully it sounds okay and I can put it under here. So ready for my latest article? I brought in one we can have a bit of a chat about, because I know you want to chat about another topic after this, so let's quickly...
Oh, is there a good segue?
It's always a good segue.
For Kieran to ruin.
So recently, USA Today released a new an article, and it's called 20 Politically Incorrect Songs That'd Be Wildly Controversial Today. So I thought, oh God, it's one of these articles again. Like, being a musician, I've played so many bad songs. I go, yeah, it's pretty over the top, but it's music. It's and I like bands like Steel Panther and Van Halen and
Slim Dusty.
Yeah, and Slim Dusty, and sometimes,
John Williamson. Not to be mixed up with John Williams.
Yeah, that's right. And sometimes songs without context, can seem a bit racy or rude or just like anything. But so I thought to myself, hey, I'll go through the list and I'll bring in some of the songs on this list. So I didn't bring them all in because I know, we've got to
Let me guess one. Aqua, Barbie Girl. That was
very
just like a Nazi.
Well, so they're basically just saying like some of these songs, have got some underlying themes that if you released it today, wouldn't look too good. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, look, I'm sure that some of these songs are pretty bad. And the first song that's on the list is Kung Fu Fighting by Carl Douglas.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just like, and so they've chosen this lyric. It was Funky Billy Chin and Little Sammy Chung. He said, here comes the big boss. Let's get it on. And I'm like, okay, there's it's just describing a scene. Yeah, he's maybe calling him Billy Chin. I'm sure Chin is a pretty common surname. And so is Chung. And he's just like, so then why it wouldn't fly today? Perhaps the song was just trying to celebrate the ancient art of Kung Fu. But the lyrics about Funky Chinaman from Funky Chinatown is stereotypically Asian sounding last names isn't exactly nuance or appreciation of the culture. You know why it's stereotypical? Because it's a very common surname.
Yeah, I bet if you were to ask like some Chinese people, they wouldn't give 2 fucks. They'd be like, what?
So I just thought that was pretty... So I'm like, okay, first one maybe... They obviously don't know anything about music history.
I'm just shaking with anger right now.
Yeah. So the next song, I'm like, okay, now I know this article's definitely fucked up. The next song is Do They Know It's Christmas?
What?
By the Band-Aid Choir. Does anyone know what this song is?
Do Christmas.
No, this is...
It's the Bob Geldof one.
Yeah, this is the one...
Yeah.
How does it go?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but this is the one that they...
I can't give it a go.
I can't sing it at the moment.
Don't they know it's Christmas time?
Yeah.
You're welcome, guys. Come on.
But basically, this song was written and recorded to raise money for like an AIDS foundation, I'm pretty sure.
Well, that's nice.
And raise money for all the, for people in Africa. And they're like, so this is the choice lyric that they decided is a bit racy, a bit raunchy. There won't be snow in Africa this Christmas time. The greatest gift they'll get this year is life. where nothing ever grows, no rain or rivers flow. Do they know it's Christmas time at all? And they said, possibly the most culturally insensitive Christmas song of all time. And I'm like, are you fucking retarded? Yeah, so this song about raising money. Look, and then they've gone on. The supergroup may have raised money to alleviate an Ethiopian famine with the proceeds from Do You Know It's Christmas, but the song declares the whole continent of Africa are bereft of water, trees, or joy. Now, just putting it out there, do you know why they were having a famine? Because there was a drought.
Outrageous.
So here's another one that I really liked, and I said, okay, good. So the song Ebony and Ivory by Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder.
Why is there no recent songs on this list?
Oh, there are some recent
Because they're
songs.
woke, Kieran.
Yeah. My milkshakes bring all the boys to the yard.
Well,
Yeah, I
apparently
bet
that's
they
not
do.
racy enough. Not racy enough.
I squeezed his milkshake.
Look at this. Ebony and Ivory live together in perfect harmony, side by side on my piano keyboard. Oh Lord, why don't we?
Sorry.
Why won't it fly today? They meant all well, but their message of people are all the same. There's good and bad in everyone, so everyone let's just get along. Would be interpreted as hilariously naive as they, as a faction today, cultural discourse. So Ebony and Ivory, a song about literally in the lyrics living together in perfect harmony. About everyone just getting along.
What the fuck were they thinking?
It's just this is pure KKK rhetoric right
tell you
here.
what.
Like,
I can see the
What would a
burning
world-
crosses from here.
What would a world without lawyers be like?
do, 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 do. And the final one that I like the most out of all of these, there's a few more, but I'll post this article up. It's pretty funny. The last one is here is "Dude Looks Like a Lady" by Aerosmith.
No way.
Yeah, and they've gone, so the choice lyric is, she had a body of Venus, Lord imagine my surprise, dude looks like a lady. And obviously they're like, it demeans people that are trans and this and that. Now, funny thing is, I actually know what this song is meant to be about. And do you know the guys from Motley Crue?
Yes.
I think the song,
They're a band.
yeah, it's a band. So this song was actually partially written by a gay guy with Aerosmith. And it had a different title at the beginning, but then Steven Tyler, who's the singer of Aerosmith, saw, I think it's Nikki Sixx, who's one of the members of Motley Crue, and from behind he had like really long hair, like that hair metal's 80s sort of stuff, was wearing chicks clothing, and he yelled out, "Oh, dude looks like a lady," to this other rock star who he was friends with, and they go, "Oh, that's a funny title for a song, let's just do it." So him, Aerosmith, and this gay guy, what's his name here, Desmond Child, wrote this song.
Good on him.
And
Well
I'm just
done.
like, so this
Made a
whole
killing while they're at it.
yeah, great song. But it's just like, you are offended by all these songs this person is offended by, and they had a whole bunch on here, like, Rape Me by Nirvana.
As I said to someone
what
when
else?
I was up in...
Walk on the Wild Side by Lou Reed. And it's just like, if they just said, we're offended by Cannibal Corpse, which I don't know if you know who Cannibal Corpse, they're like a death metal, black metal, death metal. Anyway, one of those type of bands. And they're
What
like,
about
they're
Black
about
Death?
like raping.
What about a Beth?
Like by Kiss? By Kiss.
I just tried to combine two words then.
Yeah.
I offend people on a daily basis.
Everyone does. It's the fun part of
You
life.
smell and where you look.
And I don't really care.
I just think like a lot of these songs, there was a few others on there that are all like, songs that are written within a time period. Like, some songs are written like in the 50s and 60s where culture was different. And I think like, okay.
It's like Mr. Sandman. Bring me a dream.
Yeah. Bum.
Make it
her
the cutest
girl I've
I've
ever
ever
seen.
seen. Something Rosie O'Donnell. Right.
Jeez. What the hell's going on your side? What are you drinking?
No.
I just think that like songs have to be understood within context. Like you can just enjoy a song for fun, but if you're looking into the lyrics, understanding some of the deeper meanings, you've got to understand things within the context that they were written
Absolutely.
and the time that they were written.
Absolutely. It's just like the Bible.
Yeah.
It was written 2,000 years ago and it's taken out of context.
Oh,
Tick it off your bingo card.
God damn it. Kieran. Now, Kieran, you wanted to bring up a topic because there's been some fun stuff happening in the Australian news recently, and I know you wanted to talk about it. So
Yes.
it'd be good if you actually took over when I
No,
set you up, but I gave you the best segue I could.
I'm enjoying listening to you struggle.
Fuck you. So
I am literally. This is the best thing that's ever happened to me this week. Right, legalizing marijuana.
yeah,
I'm pro it. I'm for it.
yep,
Let's legalize it.
fantastic.
And I was in a very engaging debate with some people over the weekend who were not in favour of legalising marijuana. Now, I think there's two elements, or there's a few elements here. And number one, why should the government tell me what I can and cannot take? I should be able to make an informed decision.
It's almost like Turch is talking at the moment, isn't it, people?
Niall's taking off his belt.
I was going to say Niall's loosening his belt. That burger must have really sat with him real good.
I tell you what, mate.
He's just sitting there. It's like, I'm going to get more munchies. That's what I'm doing. Anyway,
Right.
so you're just in discussion.
Anyway, and I was doing this to provoke the other people that I was with, mainly my mother.
When do you do that?
And she made this comment, which she said, "Oh yeah, but it causes schizophrenia, right?
Well, in
Smoking weed, it
in
causes
some
schizophrenia."
cases, yeah.
And I was like, "Hang on a second, I can't let you get away with this."
Yeah.
I'm like, "You're a nurse. You're going to be held to an account here." And I was like, "How does it cause schizophrenia? How does smoking weed cause schizophrenia?" Which it was really interesting to try and then get someone to explain how that works. And I go, not that I've read the...
It's like getting people to try to explain how the world is a sphere. They
Yes.
can't do it.
Oh, can't they?
It's alright, continue, Kieran.
It's a sphere.
It's a joke. It's okay. Yeah, but how is it a sphere, Kieran? How? Explain it to me.
Oh, I can explain. Welcome to Kieran
No,
Explains.
it's another... No, go back to
Pull his
the
mic.
The Big Bang happened, right? And things exploded into explosion. Spheres were born, right? And it's just very complicated stuff. There's some zeros and some ones.
Sounds like
mathematical, physical thing, and that's how we got a sphere. Anyway,
Wow, you proved us wrong. Fucking hell.
Oh, got this again. Anyway, so you were discussing how marijuana causes schizophrenia.
well, that was the claim on the other side. That's one of the reasons why it shouldn't be legalized. And I went, but hang on a second, I haven't read the research. I haven't read the research, but I'm going, I don't understand how this would work, because they would need clinical trials, and anything that's been done retrospective, because it's hasn't really been legalized, needs to if it's retrospective, you can't get to a cause and effect relationship, right? Because you're only going, these people have maybe got schizophrenia. Oh, I see that they smoke marijuana. That could potentially be a link. Anyway, I actually think a whole heap of research needs to be conducted on it, right? On the substance. But at the same time, I think it should be an informed decision, and adults should be allowed to do what they want to do. Conduct the research.
Yeah.
Let's understand more about this drug.
Yeah.
If it turns out to be a really, really bad thing, and I think if we can control the substance and have like standard weed elements, standard TMC, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
THC.
THC.
Yeah. TMZ, whatever. I don't know.
TMZ.
Yep. I'm for it.
Absolutely. That's a very
Thought out argument.
Yeah, no. I think that, like, look, coming from a guy that doesn't do marijuana or smoke marijuana, or
Me too.
I'm still absolutely for it, only because I think that I this is going back to all, checking off your bingo cards, people. I was trying to avoid this, but obviously I don't like government
Here he goes again.
government intruding in what I can and can't do. But you're absolutely right. I think people should have the option to do what they want, and if their choice to do it, if government can provide a safe, like they do with alcohol, like there's a standard of most liquors have to be 40%, or a
I
beer
just
to
think there's
health standards. It's a lot safer to give people the option to buy safe items than it is to have it all underground.
Because there's this argument that, oh no, but people are going to overuse it or things like that. And I go, well, alcohol's a legalized drug. And people overuse alcohol, but there's generally a reason why they're overusing it. They're generally anxious, or they've generally got underlying reasons, and they'll probably...
They just want to get a really husky voice for this podcast.
They'll probably... prescription drugs is actually probably more of a concern than the illegal substances.
Well, look, I think that there's sort of a twofold effect onto this. By legalizing it and making it, and you know, I'm always usually against tax, but you know, it's got to be part of a taxable item like anything else, especially if you're using it recreationally. And if you're doing it like that, then, and if it is legal, then that actually gets a lot of people who would be going through the court system, the prison system, and a lot of, you know...
It should be treated as a health issue.
Yeah, exactly right. But, you know, even if you're using it recreationally, like, you know, people... You know, alcohol was wasn't always just a recreational thing. It can help, you know, cleanse utensils and stuff like that back in the day. I'm sure that was a thing.
When I was in Burma, traveling, and we stopped to have lunch, we actually grabbed the bottle of alcohol out of our bag from the Australian duty free.
Lovely.
And we actually used it to clean the cooking utensils,
you know,
to sterilize.
It's a multi-purpose sort of thing. And then
bloody brilliant.
I think allowing people to have that option, but also, you know, having that, not by having it be legal, not clogging up our systems full of people who have just a small amount of currently illicit drugs, and going through a court system and taking away their time, take away the court time, and that way they can focus on more important things, and it allows police to follow up on more important things as well. Because
a colleague of mine did a study, right? About 18% of first-year university students take ecstasy.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about that. I would be hard pressed to find many nightclubs in Melbourne that didn't have at least one or two people on ecstasy.
Oh, yeah. Anyway,
I'm pretty sure that's nearly an impossibility at this point.
Yeah. I think it's just, you know, I think if people can't get access to it, they're going to want to try it anyway. You know, like, you know, it's the same with any kind of illicit substance. You know, that's why. And then what happens is, like, you know, heroin is very hard to get, very expensive. It's not. So people just synthesize something else, and that's why ice is such a popular drug, because one, it's very easy to synthesize. Two, it's very cheap. And you're able to start and get a very
1 in 11 in the country take ice.
Yeah, isn't that scary?
1 in 11.
1 in 11.
That's insane.
So what's Australia's population? 20 million.
22 million, yeah.
So that's 2.2 million.
It's like 1 in 28 in Melbourne.
Well, let's just say that's like 3 million people.
Yeah, it's don't quote me on the exact figure. Yeah. It's about 1 in 28, 1 in 30 in Melbourne, and it's about 1 in 11 in country.
I've always
in country towns. Yeah.
God damn! I didn't realize it was that prevalent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The We Only Do One Take podcast. We care.
I dated a
We
girl.
absolutely do. I think
I dated a girl who told me she did ice once. I didn't believe her. Now I kind of do. God damn.
Well, it's very prevalent only because of how cheap it is to manufacture and how cheap it is to sell. And because it is, out of all the drugs, from what I understand, it's more addictive than any other drug. A lot of people, and it's very hard to lose that addiction to, like, you know, like compared to alcohol, compared to marijuana and this and that, ice is super addictive.
See, and I'm not in favor of legalizing ice, for example.
No, of course not.
Oh, no way.
But I think there's a few drugs that we could probably actually standardize.
Yeah.
The unit of measurement, or the unit of and know sort of what those safe limits are.
And you know what, you go back to saying, I want to do more studies into marijuana and this and the effects and what, and I think a lot of it actually has been done.
Well, to get to that cause,
and I don't know. To
get to that causation, we're going to need longitudinal studies. We're going to need to follow, but one of the issues is you've got people who are taking it, right, but the researchers can't make them take it. The researchers can't control how they take it because it's illegal.
Yeah.
So they've got to then rely on people who are self-disclosing that they're taking it, right? But the researchers have got no control over the drugs or the type of drugs.
You're talking more of a recreational in this aspect, not as a medical, because
more of a recreational. Recreational
I'm pretty sure, especially in a medical sense, I'm pretty sure they've done a lot of studies on the effect of marijuana. medically.
Mm.
I think.
The medicinal component's completely different. Yeah.
But you're talking about recreation. I think we can follow suit. I can't imagine that other countries who have legalized marijuana haven't done the research and that we can follow suit. I mean, obviously, the Netherlands, Amsterdam and stuff like that have realized and stuff like that. And then, obviously, USA, I mean, federally, it's legal, but state-wise, it's not. I mean, if they can do it, why can't we?
We've just got to get the old bastards out of politics.
Well, you say that, you say that, but in the same sense, the USA have done it with the old bastards in politics. I think it's just old mentality. We've got compared to a lot of other countries, we've got quite a large aging population.
Well, Australia is not an innovator.
Well,
we are in some aspects, but we
invented the lawnmower and the
Wi-Fi.
And what's the one? The Hills Hoist?
Yeah,
Clothesline,
we did that.
We did that. And what was that drug? What was that guy that did the drug stuff? I can't remember. Can't remember off the top of my head. Now I've just ruined it. But yeah, I think that legalizing it is a good thing only because of people should just have the choice. But I don't like the way, because I saw this is in the news recently in Australia, because our Greens party, which is basically the worst party, has decided to say, yeah, we're for legalizing marijuana. And being a Liberal Democrat for a very long time, they've always been up for legalizing marijuana. But the Greens really want to tax it. Like, they want to put like a 50%, some stupid tax there, like almost 50% of the price is going to be additional tax. And then on top of that, GST.
Okay, all right.
Which is why, like, everyone's like, oh, this is a crazy thing. Like, yeah, but they're just revenue raising now. Same thing what we do for alcohol. So I've been doing some more fun stuff. So with alcohol, let's just say a bottle of booze is $20, and then the government goes, yeah, but there's a 50% tax, so it's $30, and then the GST is calculated on the amount of the cost of the alcohol, the cost of the alcohol tax, and then they put the GST on top of that. So you're not paying $2, like, it's 11% or something. 11. It's not, GST is 10%.
Yeah, 10%.
Yeah. So you're not paying $2 more. You're paying $3.
Bloody bastards.
But in that example, you can sort of, it's not a huge amount, but over time, you're spending extra money on a tax, and that's the sort of shit that really shits me up the wall.
Small government.
I think that they're just gotta, if they're gonna legalize something, let people just have it and don't try to squeeze every penny out of us. I mean, even cigarettes. I don't know why it's such a big tax on cigarettes for them to fund the Quit campaign. Like, it's just a circular, useless bit of money.
This is part of the conversation I was having. It was sort of saying, they take these drugs, then they've got to rely on the health system. Okay, but we've got a universal healthcare system.
And I don't like the way that's set up either.
Oh, no.
Okay. Let's just say you're earning $100,000.
Lock in, people.
Okay.
This is going to be all right.
Let's just say you're earning $100,000 a year, right? And let's just say Niall is earning $40,000 a year. I'd say 50. Let's go with a nice easy number.
As the CEO, I'd be on about 500,000.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, so Kieran's on 100,000.
500.
Niall's on. I'm doing easy numbers.
A million. Cool million.
Okay, and then $50,000 here. But you, Kieran, 2% of your wages goes towards Medicare.
My 1 million.
Yeah. So so of that, what do you pay?
No, actually, let's say it's 900,000.
And if you're $100,000, you're paying $2,000 for Medicare.
Yeah. Okay.
Niall, on the other hand, is earning half that amount, but he's paying $1,000.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, but you get no additional service by paying additional dollars, and because you are earning more money, most likely you will have private health insurance.
That's correct.
So that means that you are paying nearly $1,500 to $2,000 more than this gentleman here.
Yeah, pick up your game, Niall.
healthcare.
Why?
But
You're
without
just gonna pay it for me.
But if you don't want to do private health insurance, you to get the same service Niall would anywhere in Australia would be paying twice as much, and I don't think that's right. See, because there's no benefit for the service by paying more.
I went into an emergency room last week.
Yep,
Or the week before.
I know.
There was a lack of coffee. There was a lack of chairs.
Should have gone to a private hospital.
There was a lack of service. It was a terrible experience.
So it's a very interesting.
You can actually hear my review on last week's podcast.
Look, I agree that universal healthcare or some sort of
The lack of chair really got me, Niall.
I can
Some
tell.
sort-
I can hear it
And
in
the
your
lack
voice.
of coffee and the lack of food.
some sort of safety net's needed, but I think everyone should pay into the system the same if everyone's going to get
Well,
the
I'm
same
paying
output.
double the amount of him. They should at least provide a chair.
See what I mean? And that's all I'm thinking. The more money
Where is my chair?
if the more money I earn, the more I have to pay into the system. I should be able to get better service, and that's all I ask, because that's how things should work. that's just capitalism.
Segue service into guns.
Into guns.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, geez, we're going to discuss guns
No,
now.
no.
Oh, jeez.
Nah, come
Well,
on.
you
come
know
on.
what? If you spend more money, you should be able to get a better gun.
And this man did get a better gun. Dad apologizes for holding gun while posing with his daughter and
Oh, I
her
saw
boyfriend
this.
at prom.
Oh, look, whatever. Who cares?
Give us a look.
Yeah, hang on
It's
a
just holding a
second.
handgun. Who
Oh,
cares?
hang on. There it is. Is that a gun or what?
It's just
It's a gun.
It's just a handgun, is it? So it's just one of those like, oh, I'm protecting my daughter pictures, and it's kind of
He's
funny.
got it over his crotch.
Yeah, I know. Real protective.
Get away from yeah.
Look, I just think that's funny. Like,
I think that was a great joke, but no, people mistook it. Shame.
You mean people got offended?
People do get offended.
Well, what was so offensive? Is it because like I bet you? Can I have a guess?
Go for it. Have a guess.
Of what I bet you they said that he's treating his daughter like property.
You're close.
Is that close?
You're close. More or less, he shouldn't have just had a gun
Oh,
in front of children.
what? No. That's not how things work. Well, she's doing a prom, so the guy's
prom.
like 16, isn't she?
Yeah, 16.
Like, she can watch M-rated films. She can legally have sex.
But Turch, we're talking about guns.
He actually apologized
Oh, get fucked.
because he said it was intended to be a joke.
It is a joke.
Wishing my beautiful daughter and her date a great time at the prom. #badboys.
This is why context
That is hilarious.
is
This
so
hashtag game
important.
is
This is
strong.
the same thing I was talking about with the songs. As I'm doing with this, context is so important. If you just saw that picture, you go, yeah, okay, maybe a bit risque. But with that comment, it makes it hilarious. It's obviously a joke. And everyone's involved. And going back, like, oh, people shouldn't be around guns. No. You should be around stuff.
People shouldn't be around idiots.
Well, there's always that. But
And
that's-
unfortunately, half the population is under 100 points in the IQ test.
Oh,
Which means that half the population are
don't talk
idiots.
about IQ. I've been lectured by my brother about how IQ means absolutely nothing.
Oh, we need to get him
Oh,
on.
yeah.
We will have a fight.
He was just like, no, it doesn't mean anything. I'm like, I don't know, man. It sounds like I got a
what do
doctor
you-
telling me.
What
he's
do you
alright.
mean it doesn't mean anything?
He doesn't think it means as much as it should.
I'll ring him up on
Oh.
the phone right now. I will bring him, tear him to smithereens.
Oh, it's a bit scary. I've been trying to get him on for a very long time, but he's just not.
Can we just call him?
No, he won't pick up.
Boo.
Oh. Well, look, I think we should wrap things up. I've got one last article, and I thought I got some very exciting news.
You're pregnant.
Congratulations.
Very close, actually. By the end of this week on Sunday,
You're giving birth.
my family will pick up a new family member.
A dog?
We're picking up a dog.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So we're picking up a new dog. It's a Beagleier, so it's a cross between a beagle and a Cavalier. It's a little girl, and
What's its name?
A name has not been decided yet. We've got a few names up in the air.
Can we decide it?
No.
Can our listeners decide it?
Absolutely. Well, if listeners want to give me some advice on what we should name their dog,
Shaniqua.
Ariel.
we should absolutely do that. But please,
Porsche.
I'll post a picture of what she looks like. But we pick her up on Sunday, and I thought this is really exciting because As we know, my dog passed away last year, which is very sad for the
Pepper,
family.
I believe it was.
It was Pepper, yeah.
Did what happened with your dog? Did you get it cremated or?
We got it cremated, and he lives in our backyard now.
So you spread the ashes?
No, we buried the ashes.
Yeah,
and
see,
got a little
my
plaque
dad
inside
has
in the
his
backyard.
my dad has his dog's ashes on the fridge.
It's a bit. I like the fact that Pepper's in our backyard. It's sort of like, and he's got like a little like a little plaque there as well where he is.
That's nice.
Yeah, so it's always nice.
This is sorry. I know you're getting to your story, but while I was up in Queensland, we spread my grandfather's ashes, right? And my nephew, who's about 7, we didn't actually explain what we were doing before we went there. Anyway, in the car ride home, he goes, what do we do? And we sort of had to explain about death. And he goes, and we were talking about, some people get cremated, some people go in coffins, and he goes, oh, okay. So people who decide to get cremated, they're like Merv and go on the fridge.
That's really funny. He was, at least he connected the dots.
Yeah. So Pa, he doesn't listen to the podcast. You've got to get Mervin's ashes off the fridge, and you've got to because a 7-year-old now thinks it's normal that when you die, your ashes go on a fridge.
Why not? Why not?
That's a nice tradition, Kieran.
What about Homer Simpson? Homer Simpson in one episode. I want to be stuffed and put on the couch.
And I just want to make sure if you're ever spreading ashes, make sure you're upwind. You don't want to be downwind.
It's like the Big Lebowski.
Is there a Ralph's nearby?
I'm pretty sure there was a something to do
and
with Vietnam.
don't trip. You don't want to trip either.
Okay. Well, anyways, like I said, we're getting a new puppy, and I found this article, and I thought to myself, this is bloody adorable and sad at the same time. So, a sick St. Bernard dog whose owners feared she could have cancer was found to have eaten 4 teddy bears instead. The 8-year-old Maisie had a CT scan which showed an unusual full stomach with mass in her spleen, which led to the vet to diagnose a possible cancer. So I'll pass along. Look, that's the CT scan there. You can have a look at that. It's pretty impressive.
Okay.
So they doing the operation to remove the spleen. The vet found the soft toys in her stomach. So flip it over and you can find the soft toys that they found.
Wow. Holy shit.
We all know certain dogs enjoy chewing things, but they shouldn't be able to manage to devour 4 full teddy bears. So apparently she steals the Chihuahua's toys and plays with them. But her eating habits have been completely normal, even with the 4 teddy bears in her stomach. And apparently now that they've removed those 4 bears from her stomach, she's got her youth back again. And she's loving life once again, which is really nice to hear.
Oh, there you go.
But it's pretty. But look at those teddy bears. Like they're not like small teddy bears.
They do look delicious.
And you know what? Like you think, she swallowed teddy bears in like a big bundle, but they're like.
How big was the dog?
It's a St. Bernard, so it's a big dog.
Yeah,
dog,
right.
yeah. But still, that's a whole teddy bear. So that's just gone like a snake, just all the way down into her stomach.
Well, there's 2 big teddy bears and 3 smaller stuffed things.
Yeah.
One's a starfish.
Yeah. Pretty impressive.
That is very impressive.
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought we should always have the big debates about crap like this with a nice little happy story about puppies. I think that we should do that.
Well, I'm looking forward to meeting Shaniqua.
Yeah, Shaniqua would be lovely.
And, bring her along to the podcast.
I will. We'll have to get her on. She'll have to do some barking dog blues.
Because, Shaniqua sounds like a gorgeous dog.
She's going to be great.
Yeah.
Very excited.
And the more that I say Shaniqua, the more you're going to come home and be like, you know what, let's call her Shaniqua.
You can teach your dog to do some kind of weird racist salute and then get thrown in jail.
Well, speaking of him, I should have done another dog thing. Count Dankula. Remember I talked about him? He taught his girlfriend Pug to do a Nazi salute.
Sorry, Kieran, that's called a segue.
That's a segue. It's really good. Thank you, Niall.
No.
Another intern for me.
I'm the king of segues.
Anyway, he has officially been, he will not be going to jail for what he did. He's only paying $1,000 fine, and there's already
He's got to pay $1,000
$1,000 fine for that. And
Fuck off.
Yeah,
he just taught his dog to do a trick.
Yeah, he was going to go to jail at one point for like 10 to 15 years. And he's only going to pay $1,000 fine now, which is really great.
No, it's not. He shouldn't have to pay anything.
Well, no, the good thing is I think it's already been crowdfunded and everyone's chipped in. He's got so he doesn't actually have to pay.
He probably doesn't have to work the rest of his life now.
So now he's been doing more YouTube videos and stuff like that. So check him out, give him his support. He did some really funny stuff and went to jail for so long. The funny thing is, I actually saw a tweet by him. And he goes, there was been news articles going around that I said I did a dab after I got the outcome. Just to let you know, this is not fake news. That actually happened. So good on him. Niall, thank you for coming on the show and eating your burger and having our sponsor ready to go.
Thanks for having me. It was a pleasure.
And once again, plug the burger, Niall. Plug the burger.
It was juicy. It's really good.
Like how juicy?
Very juicy.
Like what did it taste like?
Tastes like juice.
Kieran.
But go on. Hang on a second. Hang on. I want to get to the bottom of this.
You know
There's only so much sex I can put out, Kieran. Come on.
Go on.
Kieran, thank you so much for another episode 21 of the podcast. Can you believe it's been 21 episodes?
21.
I've been doing this for about...
We are now old enough to drink in America.
That's very true, and that's very true. It's funny because the one night that I'm legally allowed to drink in America on our podcast, I've been drinking Gatorade because of my sore throat.
And not the listeners know, but lights... completely
we're
stopped working, and we're in mood lighting at the
we
moment.
are very much mood lighting. We should take a photo of this.
This actually looks really good.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's probably not really good if we ever have to film in here. We probably want some more lights, but other than that, like I said, Kieran, thank you so much for another fantastic episode of the show.
We won't see them next Thursday. They will listen to us next Thursday.
Well, that could be your thing. You can say, well, you can listen to us next Thursday, but I, Kieran, will see you next Thursday. It's because I sort of say that to you. I don't really say that to the audience as well.
Okay.
It's sort of a bit of both, but I say you next Thursday.
Okay, yeah.
But we record this on a Tuesday.
Hey, shut up for a second, everyone.
Yeah, I caught that.